everybody. So we ended up with last-ish minutes reservations to Skipper Canteen, or the Jungle Cruise Limited Skipper Canteen. Big long name. Either way, so we're going to check it out, see how it is, and I'm excited. We have a table coming in the secret room, so don't tell anybody. Okay, so we have ordered our drinks. You got a sangria, a blue orange,
white wine sangria.
Good taste. Not the flower. Don't eat the flower. I mean, it's
Actually,
edible.
these orchids are edible.
Yes, but still.
Ooh. It's good. It needs to be mixed.
Probably. I mean, it's definitely prettier. And then we got the seasonal cheese bread appetizer? Question mark? So it is cheese puffs and then cream cheese with, it looks like a pesto spread. I'm going to have one of these. Get a little bit of everything on there.
I've now mixed it.
So this reminds me of, and for those of you who aren't in Minnesota, I don't know if you have one, but the cheese bread itself reminds me of the cheese bread puffs you get from Rodizio's and other Brazilian steakhouses. I mean, it has the cheese in it, but the cream cheese and pesto definitely add some dimension to the cheese puff, and I'm really, really liking it.
Very garlicky, cheesy,
That's what I like.
creamy.
Okay, guys, so total change of scenery. We had planned on doing a review after we had left Skipper Canteen.
Skipper.
And then it was dark and we ran to get a spot for the fireworks and completely forgot until we were back in our room. So let's go over the dinner, shall we?
Yes, let's do it.
So one thing about Skipper Canteen, which I really appreciate, is it is very similar and heavily Jungle Cruise themed. So all the same puns and everything are going to be there. You'll get a lot of the silly antics and joking, and that, is the environment.
Yeah, it's very punny.
And so if you enjoy that, perfect. We did one drink at the table, as you saw, and you said it was pretty tasty.
It was pretty good, yeah. It was orange juice and blue Carousel and wine. You can't really
Standard,
go
honestly.
wrong
It wasn't
there,
too awe-inspiring or inspirational.
It's just normal.
Yeah. We had the secret menu appetizer.
Cheesy balls.
Yeah, I can't remember
pesto
what he called them.
Yeah.
They were okay. As you saw before, nothing too spectacular. And then came the meal. So I had ordered the seafood stew.
And I ordered the chicken Thai noodles.
Yes. Both of those were kind of recommended by our waiter. He did say that his favorites were either the noodles or the lamb, if I remember correctly, wasn't it? And so, but he said that the stew was really good too. So we tried it because I was feeling seafoody. And just overall, the sauce was good. The coconut was not like an overly sweet coconut, which I appreciated because I didn't want to have a dessert. The scallops on there were small, but very buttery and creamy and delicious.
Cooked perfectly.
There were 2 pieces of octopus in there, pretty small, so we each got one. That was okay. They didn't overcook it, which was good. The one thing that they did overcook in there was the shrimp. And, I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was just like a hair over what it should have been.
What'd you say? It was like the chef sneezed.
Yeah, he like turned to sneeze and then came back and they were just slightly overcooked. So I mean, that wasn't bad, but the one that actually shocked us in there was the mussels.
Yeah.
The mussels were undercooked to a point of where they were still like not just soft, but almost a little slimy still. And that's nothing that I've ever had with mussels before.
No, me neither.
And so I even went so far as to just let the cast member know, because I understand when you're making a stew, when you have all of these different ingredients, you, with different cooking times and cooking rates, that's my foot back there, you know, it's going to be hard to make everything perfect. So I understood that, but I also think that serving something that's not fully cooked yet is...
That's a little scary.
Yeah.
Especially with mussels, because there's a lot of rules when it comes to serving mussels.
And then there was a fish in there, too. It was basically, what did they call it? They called it the...
sustainable fish?
Yeah, so obviously...
Some white cod.
Something like that. Probably found in the Land Pavilion over in Epcot, so we'll see it tomorrow. And then your dish...
my dish was a chicken pad thai, typical noodle sauce, chicken, veggies, a bunch of different veggies. The waiter said it was about a 6 out of 10 for spice level. For you Minnesotans, it's probably about a 9 out of 10 for spice level.
I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but it was more like an 8.
Like an 8, yeah. It was probably
7,
like an
8
for Minnesotans. For me, it was about a 5.
Yeah, it was middle of the range.
It was middle of the range. Decent flavor. Typical pad thai that you would get.
Chicken wasn't too hard.
Yeah, no, chicken was cooked very well. Veggies were all cooked very well, but it wasn't anything to write home about. However, when I did ask for some, what was it, sambal sauce?
Yeah.
That made it better for me, but I like spicy, and I was looking for spicy, so that elevated it to another level for me, which is what I wanted.
Yeah.
So.
And then we did look at the dessert menu, but nothing really looked good there either.
No, nothing stood out.
And so it wasn't like, oh, we need to try this. And so overall, I'd say this was okay. It's not something that I would go out of my way for.
Yeah, it's more about the ambiance and like the interaction with the castmates than it is about like the food. So if you're looking for food,
and it's not a hot dog and it's not a hamburger.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So if you're looking for like a good meal that's not, too bad, it was good. But if you're looking for like that kind of experience, I would recommend it. It's fun.
Yeah, and I really do like the waiting area too. They had like wicker rockers, and it was just a nice, relaxing environment where we were at. We were back in the Secret Sea organization area, so if you wanted to ask for that, we were able to get that special, which was nice too. So if you have reservations,
maybe not. Depends on what you're looking for. I will say this: the bathrooms in there were amazing.
It was so pretty,
gorgeous. Just
it was
like
so pretty,
beautiful. The sink bowl,
the mosaic,
it
and
was
like
gorgeous.
I love that we talk about a restaurant review and we're gushing about the toilet.
Hey, it's an important part.
It is. So on that note, you guys have a good night, and we are going to have some bubbly.
There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away.